Well, fans, of course, MMA returns to CBS Live here in Nashville. Fights start at 8 p.m. in Central Time and 9 p.m. in the rest of the country. Featuring 3 world title fights in prime time on free TV. 5 of the top 5 fighters in the world from their respective divisions, and 1 undefeated fast-rising star who hopes to crack the top 5 with a win on Saturday evening. We do want to bring to your attention, calling the action from cage side, the CBS announced team of Gus Johnson, Mauro Ranallo, and the legend Frank Shamrock. We also do want to make clear that tickets are available at the Bridgestone Arena ticket office, Ticketmaster.com, and Strikeforce.com. And I've also asked to make it very clear that the weigh-in, which takes place tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m., is now going to be open to the public. It's going to take place in the Bridgestone Plaza right outside. First fighter we have scheduled to step on the scale at 4 o'clock, so we do want to let the fans know that they can, the public can attend that, and it becomes a very exciting part of our fight promotion. This time I'd like to introduce our fighters in an official way. We'll get a chance to hear from them later. Once again, I do want to remind you we're going to have photo opportunities for them to square off a little bit later. First of all, our broadcast begins with the Strikeforce Light Heavyweight Championship of the World. First, a man who defends his title against King Mo. He's had 28 wins in his 31 bouts and is undefeated in nearly 4 years. He is the international star and the Strikeforce Light Heavyweight Champion, Gegard Mousasi. And his opponent right here next to me, he'll be challenging Mousasi for the light heavyweight title. He is undefeated in his young campaign in the cage with a record of 6 wins, no losses, and 5 knockouts. He is the undefeated MMA phenom, King Mo. Next, we'll present the Strikeforce World Lightweight Championship, a man who defends his title against Shinya Aoki. With a record of 17-2, he is the 2-time and current Strikeforce World Lightweight Champion, Gilbert El Niño Menendez. Challenging Gilbert Melendez for the Strikeforce Lightweight World title is the longtime MMA star from Japan, making his U.S. debut. He is the Dream Lightweight Champion. Please welcome Shinya Aoki. Of course, the main event is for the Strikeforce World Middleweight Championship. He challenges Jake Shields for the title. He is the 2-time U.S. Olympian, one of MMA's most respected and admired fighters, and the 4-time world champion. Please welcome Dan Henderson. His opponent, the defending champion, undefeated in nearly 5.5 years. The Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu cage master. He is the Strikeforce World Middleweight Champion, Jake Shields. And now to say a few words, the man in the middle, the man who really is making all this happen. Please welcome Strikeforce CEO, Mr. Scott Coker.
Thank you, Jim. First of all, I'd like to apologize for being a little late today. Apologize to the fighters and the media. Had some wrinkles in the morning. I can explain it later. But, you know, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to CBS for having us back. It's an honor and a privilege for us, for Strikeforce. And I'd like to thank Mr. Kelly Call, Mr. Leslie Boone-Vest for believing in Strikeforce and believing in mixed martial arts to stay in prime time. And we look forward to putting on a great show this Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And when we talked about coming to our second city, which was Nashville, we looked at all the ratings, and we looked at all the fan base throughout the country, and it was a clear top 5 always in the ratings deliver for the city of Nashville, in the top 5 every time we did a show, whether it was on CBS or on Showtime. So we're happy to be in Nashville. Look forward to a great epic battles with these 3 guys up here. And if you think about our growth in the last year, and you think about the roster that was up here, let's say a year and 2 months ago, it's nothing like it is today. And I'm proud to have Dan Henderson be part of the Strikeforce family. Proud for Jake to be part of the Strikeforce family. Gegard, King Mo, Mr. Gilbert Melendez, and I'm very happy to have Mr. Shinji Aoki, who is ranked number 2. And I think this fight arguably could be the #1 ranked fight for the #1 spot in the world due to the loss of the lightweight last week. So Mr. Shinji Aoki is from Dream, an organization in Japan that is the premier organization of mixed martial arts in that country. And took quite a bit of time to put this fight together. I'd like to thank Kato-san in the back, who was very instrumental in putting this fight together, and also Mr. Shinoda-san for helping us out. So I look forward to seeing Mr. Jason Mayhem Miller fight Mr. Stout, who will be the fight that we tape and hopefully we'll make on air. It will air in some form, whether it's a short package or a full fight, depending on how the fights go. I'd like to thank the ISK, Mr. Corey Schaefer, and Mr. Anthony Minnis for helping us out here in the state. And we look forward to putting on great fights. It's by far, I think, the best fight card that we've ever put together, and we're happy to be here in Nashville. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much, Scott. I do want to also make it clear that the first fight is at 5:30 on Saturday. First fight is 5:30, and of course the first title bout is at 8 p.m. as we are live on CBS at that time. This time we're going to move to some questions for the fighters. I'm going to start with a couple of questions for them, and then I'm going to open it up for you, the press. Just to get things rolling here, I have a few questions I'd like to start with Gegard. First question for you. You're on a 15-fight win streak. Does King Mo present anything, any challenges for you as opposed to some of your other opponents? And how would you?
King Mo is a new challenge. He's a good wrestler. I never faced a caliber wrestler as him. So, and record doesn't mean a lot in MMA. So, I'm not looking to records.
Okay, very good. And for King Mo right here, question for you. You've been doing a lot of talking in the past couple of weeks and leading up to this fight. Is this just you? Is this part of your strategy? Or is this something personal with this fight?
Yeah, man. This is just me. And ain't nothing personal about this. This is business. I'm having fun out there. I'm having fun talking. And I'm having fun April 17th.
Anything special about this fight being it's in your hometown? It's really your friends and family are going to be here seeing you.
The fact that it's in my hometown don't mean nothing at all, really. It's a fight. I'm not worried about where it's at. It could be in Japan. It could be in Afghanistan. It could be in Hawaii. I don't care. I'm just trying to take care of business and get this win.
In the lightweight world title fight, Gil, I got a question for you. During your opponent's last fight, he broke his opponent's arm. And you recently said that it could happen again. And he was severely criticized for his reaction after the fight. How do you respond to his comments and that it could happen again? Does that concern you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a grown man. I know what I'm getting into. So does he. He may break my arm. I may break his jaw. I may get put to sleep. Someone might get put to sleep. I mean, I know what I'm getting into, and I have the option to tap. And as for what he did, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that guy said something about his mom in the back or something, you know. I don't know. Or said something about his girlfriend. So who am I to judge, you know? And sometimes it gets crazy in there, and you really don't know how it is until you're in the cage. It can get pretty nuts in there. I ain't scared.
For Shinya Aoki, question for you. If you win this fight, you'll have both the Strikeforce and the Dream belts. What does that mean to you to possibly unify the titles?